Ever wish you could get more done in less time, especially around the holidays? Today's video is to really just give you some tactical, tangible tools that you can be using in your own life, especially for those of you like me who have a family, maybe you have kids, a job inside or outside the home, maybe you're running a business, maybe you just like to volunteer, or you got some pets that keep you busy. My name is Alicia Jones. I love the Lord, I love my family, and I love to help women grow in confidence through a healthy lifestyle. And I do that so that you can lower inflammation, lose weight, keep it off, eat healthier, just help your family eat healthier too. And it's through a super simple approach of balancing blood sugar with macronutrients. And if you want to learn more about that, grab my app, The Pocket Health Coach. You can learn all about it in there. And if you are new to me here, hello and welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. Welcome to my channel. People ask me all the time, Alicia, how do you get it all done? How do you fit it in? Well, you know what? There's some behind the scenes tools happening. And so today, I just want to share with you what those are and how you might use these tools to get more done in less time for yourself. Kind of feel more of that balance, more of that integration, especially as we come into the holidays. But really, these tools are awesome any time of year. So let's dive right in. I'm so excited. These two tools are like a microwave versus a crock pot. And that's actually how come I'm standing in my kitchen. So you can see this in real time. One of the tools is kind of fast and the other tool is kind of slow. Now, what do I mean by that? When it comes to fitting things in your day, you and I both know that we only have 24 hours in a day. There are literally days where I think, dear Jesus, can I just have some more hours, right? Have you ever thought that? Well, you're not alone. And what I found is that it's not the amount of hours per se, it's really how we use the hours, right? It's what we do with our time. So I have found these two approaches, which I want to show you here in just a second, about how to use the time more effectively. The first one is like a microwave. It's really fast. I call it pockets of time. It's the idea where if you just whip something out of your pocket, it's really fast, right? So what I want you to just kind of imagine in your brain is how might I find 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, little pockets of time in my day. And I want you to just imagine it like little holes, or like you're pulling something out of a pocket. Like, is there a hole in your day somewhere between picking up the kids or dropping off this business plan or taking your dog for a walk, you know, whatever it is there a couple minutes that you could find to get stuff done? And for me specifically, let's take it really practical here in the kitchen. What about meal prep? How can you meal prep in such a quick way? Well, you know what I found? One of the most frequent pockets of time that women tell me they actually can find is when you're already in the kitchen doing something else. So say you're in the kitchen, this is an example of how you can use this idea of pockets of time, right? Say you're in the kitchen, you're prepping dinner. While you're at it, go ahead and throw some extra of those leftovers in a container for tomorrow, for lunch, right? Throw it in the fridge and you're done. Which means that you probably spent like 5 extra brain cells doing that, right? It's not super hard, doesn't take a lot of time. And then you're already ready for tomorrow lunch, which means then tomorrow, you just pull it out, grab and go, maybe throw it in a ice box for the day or whatever you do, and off you go, okay? So the idea is layering the activities while you're doing something else. Say, for example, you're making dinner, you can just throw those leftovers in a lunch container for the next day. That works great for kids too. If you're prepping your kids' dinners and you want to get them some lunch for the next day, you can just easily throw those in a container and put it in the fridge. I found that that one worked so well for me. I built up over time, not right away, over time, to do like 4 lunches at a time, because while I was at it, it was more efficient for me to like do an assembly line, if you can just imagine the lunch boxes on the counter. That was more efficient for me to do that on like in a quick setting on a Sunday, for example, and have it done for the whole week. Then that took less time than it did for me to pull out the ingredients every day and try to make the lunches. Does that make sense? So I hope that's helpful. That kind of just think of microwave pockets of time. Quick 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes. These are tiny little chunks in your day. Now, I gave you an example of meal prep. You could, of course, use this for anything else in your life too. If you're kind of fitting in exercise, if you want to fit in, making a phone call to a friend, if you want to fit in reading your Bible, whatever the case is, you can find little pockets of time, and sometimes it's less stressful just to do a quick thing and be like, all right, check, I'm done. Okay, so that's the first tool. I hope that's helpful for you. Now the next tool is like a crock pot, okay? This one is what I call task management, okay? It's like when you've got a longer period of time, say on a weekend or in the evening after you have children, after your children go to bed, you know, whatever the case is for you, it's like a longer period of time. So for me, that works on the weekends. That means, again, in the meal prep example I gave you, I can prep more on the weekend than I can during the week, because the weeks are full of the day-to-day activities, right? On the weekends, our schedule changes a little bit. So I don't know what your schedule is exactly. I'm just giving you this idea. This is like a tool you can pull out and use as you can. But sometimes you'll find like, oh, hey, I do have an hour. I can, for example, meal prep for the week, or, you know, fit something else in your life, whatever that is for you. I just know that when I'm talking to my friends, especially other moms who own a business, entrepreneurs working in and outside the home, and really seeking to balance with their family life, really having that sense of, I like to call it integration. I don't know that I can ever be exactly balanced with work and family, but I find that you can integrate pouring energy in and out of different areas of life. And what I find is that sometimes it's just easier to get it all done in one big setting. For example, like a crock pot takes, 4 hours to cook chicken, but here's the cool part. Once you've done, you heard that old phrase, set it and forget it, right? It's when the crock pots first came out. Anyways, that's the concept, is you just set it and you let it go and you forget about it because you're already done with it. So that's another cool thing you can do. Just an example of the meal prep. You know what? Maybe you don't have a whole hour to make all the lunches for the week, for example. Cool. Maybe you have 30 minutes. I bet you could make, sandwiches for every day of the week. That alone, if you just think about that for a second, if you had sandwiches in little containers or bags or whatever you like to do, put them in the fridge, and you could pull those out every day of the week, that alone would save you so much time, so much stress. It's that frantic feeling that I know all too well, which is how come I'm telling you how I overcome that, because it's a real thing to be busy and have things going on in your life. So I hope that those 2 tools are helpful for you. You can just kind of keep in mind, hey, where can I find pockets of time during my day? Or hey, maybe where can I find a longer chunk of time, kind of like a crock pot, if you will, that I can get a lot of stuff done, but then forget about it for the whole week because it's done, okay? So those are the 2 ways that I have found to get way more done in way less time, especially during the holidays, and especially for those of us that are balancing or working to integrate, owning a business and a family, or, those different areas of life. So whatever it is for you, I hope that you'll just take these tools and apply them to what you need for your life. And if you want some more information about how you can learn in the meal prep area, go ahead and download my app. I actually put together a step-by-step curriculum called the Move Meal Prep System, and I walk you through it in tiny little bite-sized tutorials in the app, so you can check that out there. I hope these tools were helpful for you, and again, remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and please share this with somebody that you think it would bless today. Thanks for being here. See you next time. Bye.